Hey guys, I know it's been a while. I know it's been a long time since I've been back, but I'm back now, and it was right after the Nintendo Switch launched, and I know I've been gone, and things got really, really busy, but that shouldn't be an excuse. I should be pumping out a video every week at least. And gonna be back for a little bit now, so I'm happy to announce that. And I want to talk about E3. So for the first time ever, I went to E3, and that's pretty amazing because it's something I've wanted to do for a very long time. I've wanted to be at E3 for a very long time. I met some of my favorite YouTubers like MatPat, which was incredible. Very, very nice guy in person, and I was extremely happy to meet him in person. Got to hear from some amazing game designers, Santa Monica Studios, how God of War 4, came together. So it's been pretty amazing, and I want to talk about my impressions and give some advice for another first timer that's planning to go for 2018. And this video is not about rating E3 or how much like each press conference beat every other press conference, because I think Nintendo clearly won. But going back to what this video is actually about, it's about what to expect when you're a first timer, what to actually take in when you're there, how much you're gonna spend, what to plan, how to plan it, what to do. Because a lot of the people that are going, and a lot of the advice I wish I got, because it was my first time. But I want to talk about that. So first of all, getting a ticket. So it's the first time ever that this has been open to the consumers. They've only given out 15,000 tickets. Before that, it was only open to press. But to be completely honest, anybody could have went. It was just $900 for a ticket. So I want to talk about that first. So 15,000 tickets were sold to consumers. I was one of those 15,000. Now, I bought a ticket for $249. Now, if you were unfortunate or unlucky and you didn't get to be one of those, then you would have to buy a media ticket. The difference isn't that much. You don't get, it's like buying VIP pretty much, but the VIP really doesn't do much. You still have to wait in line. You still have to do all the things that regular people have to do. So it makes very little difference, to be completely honest. Except that, early bird gets the worm, so the first 15,000 people only have to pay $249. So how do you become those first 15,000 people? Now, this is the interesting part, because I bought my ticket and I was 7,240 first or something like that to actually buy the ticket. So when I bought the ticket, when I actually got it, I bought it at 9 o'clock. So the tickets went on sale at 9. I can't remember which day it was. I remember it being a Tuesday, but I don't remember the actual date. But they tell you, they'll be like, tickets go on sale for consumers, blah, blah, blah. So at 9 a.m., so it wasn't even 9:01, 9 a.m., I bought the ticket. So it might have been 9 a.m. with 30 seconds, and I was ranked 7,241. So people who waited till 9:01 to buy that ticket, 1 minute, they didn't get a ticket. So that's the first thing. When you're about to buy that ticket, make sure that you're there right on time. Right when it is 9 o'clock, buy it right away. I know it's going to be months and months in advance. You might not have the money, but you scrounge it up, figure a way, because that's the first thing. That's how you get the ticket right away. So the next thing is hotels. I didn't book any hotels in advance, but they were all booked around downtown. And it's pretty expensive, but you know what? It ended up working out because I stayed at a Super 8 about 25 minutes out, 30 minutes out of, downtown. And it actually worked out because I took an Uber. We don't have Uber in Canada, so that was really nice. So I took an Uber every single day that I went to the E3 convention, and the hotel itself only cost $100 a night. So $100 a night, 5 nights is how long, you're staying, because you might stay one day before and one day after the actual convention to make it easier for you. So it's about $500, and then the Uber every day cost me $40 there and back, which isn't that much. So if you're planning to stay there, then it actually ends up working out really, really well. So altogether, you got the ticket for $249, $250, just say $250, $500 for the hotel, about $120 for Uber. Now you got your food and all that good stuff, so you're looking over $1,000. For sure, that's not cheap. right? Now for the average person, that's a lot of money. And it's a tough one if it's worth it or not, but I think it is, at least to experience it. And that's what I want to get into is experience. It's not about playing every single new game that you want to play or just being at E3. It's like the experience of walking around and seeing all the new games and seeing the developers. And if you're going there and planning to play every single new game out there, you're going to be sorely disappointed. And the reason why is lines. Lots and lots of lines. There's tons of people. I know I talked to a couple Destiny players, people who wanted to play Destiny 2 so bad. And it's not a game I usually play. I don't play first-person shooters, but I was talking to a couple Destiny players, and they waited in line for 3 hours just to play that game. For a 20-minute match, they waited three hours. So, the lineups are huge. But I did get to play a couple select games, like obviously the new Mario and Rabbids. I got to play Yakuza 6, Sonic, Federation Forces, and I got to play Dragon Ball Z Fighters. So I did get to play some games, and I want to talk about that. You should look for games that don't have big lineups, because I know you want to play all these big games like Destiny and all that kind of stuff, but there's games like Sonic that had like barely any lineup, or Yakuza. In comparison, it was still like me waiting an hour, but in comparison, it was still not that big of a lineup. Now, with Mario Odyssey, it was actually pretty good too, because it had so many different stations. Like half of all of Nintendo was Mario Odyssey, and it was good. Like you still ended up waiting an hour and a half, but you got to play it, so that was great game. So you're going there, you're waiting in line. Don't make that the only thing you do, because E3 is a big convention. Just walk around and have fun. Check out the other booths. There's some crazy stuff. There's like a soul band that plays video game music and takes requests. You just go up there and be like, I want to play some Mega Man, I want to play some Zelda, and they'll play it for you. And just that kind of stuff is super cool, because there's a bunch of other stuff. There's indie developers and indie games, and they'll actually talk to you because nobody's around. And you go there and you get to try some crazy VR stuff, talk to them a bit, and it's pretty cool. Check out the accessories. Check out, the army was there for some reason. They had some crazy stuff there, and, just go around and check it out and have fun doing that too. Don't just be about waiting in line the whole time. Now, I want to talk about something very, very specific. I know we always talk about time management and people want to get the most out of their time. This thing you should not do, in my opinion. I got food poisoning from doing it, and that's eating at E3. There's tons of places outside of E3. If you're looking at a 5-10 minute walk all around the downtown area of LA there's places everywhere there. You just have to walk a little bit. The food there, not only is it horrendous, it'll give you food poisoning. It gave my girlfriend food poisoning. She didn't actually go into the conference, but she was there before it opened, and they had the lineup still, and then we got some of the food before it opened, and she was throwing up that night. So do not get the food there. They have some good food places like right outside. They have a Starbucks, 10-minute walk around, and a couple other places like a yogurt shop that's really good. So if you're at the LA Convention Center, I would definitely not eat the food at E3 and at the convention center. So there's that. And now another big thing is I was talking to the people actually at the expo, and they didn't even know about this because it's an E3 app, and they didn't download the app. And I wouldn't have known about it, but they had what they called a Coliseum, and that was also a 10-minute walk. It was actually at the Novu Theater by Microsoft. That's the name of the theater. It was about a 10-minute walk from the actual the conference, right? So you go in there, the actual expo is completely separate, and then they have the E3 Coliseum. Now the Coliseum is where all the speakers go. So from like 12 to 6 for two of the days, they had speakers all throughout. So I know they had MatPat there. I was chasing MatPat the whole time. I finally caught him on the last day, but he was there before that, and I was at, listening to him talk about YouTube and everything. Jack Black was there, Hideo Kojima was there, Santa Monica Studios were there talking about their game. They had a ton of game developers and speakers, and this thing you cannot miss because it's amazing, and you can go in and out, so you can go check out who you want to check out. But I do suggest, if you're planning to go to the E3 Coliseum and you want to see somebody like Kojima, there's gonna be a huge lineup, and that's a pain. So go see the person before Kojima, and you'll already be in there, and you don't have to go wait in line. So that's my suggestion for the E3 Coliseum, and make sure you download the app, because on the app it shows you who's there. And people, I was telling them about it, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go see Kojima at 3 o'clock today, and it's like, what, Kojima's here? What are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, Kojima's here. Like, download the app, E3 Coliseum, and they're like so surprised, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go do that too, and while we're waiting in line to play Mario Odyssey, right? So in conclusion, I think if you're a big fan of video games, playing them, watching them, you're on YouTube right now, you must be a big fan, then I think you should go for 2018. They're unsure that they're going to even have it in LA Convention Center after 2018, so I think you should go if you're a fan. I know it's over $1,000 for the whole couple days, but it's worth it for the experience, to see all those big YouTubers, see the game developers, play some new amazing games. It's an amazing thing, and you see some new technology too, some cool stuff if you go further down the booths that nobody talks about. And in conclusion, I'm gonna go, but if you're, at least go for the first time, because who knows where it's gonna be held after that, who knows how it's gonna be done. $249 is a steal, considering every single other year it's been $8.99. Just, you got to be there on time. You got to be online. You got to be watching that ticker right when it hits 9 o'clock. You got to click the button. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at E3 2018.